So playing for a national championship is always cool, but playing in your home state, I guess what's that opportunity really mean?
It definitely means a lot, basically because I'd say 98% of the college games that I played in have been across the country. So just my family being able to just make a drive, and grandparents, cousins, and everything being able to just come out here, it means a lot being able to play in front of the people that basically watched me grow up playing. So it definitely means a lot.
When you signed with Georgia, was that something you thought of? Like, man, I love Georgia, I want to be there, but it kind of sucks that it's so far from home.
To be honest, it wasn't really a thought because all of the schools I was considering were, across the country. So it wasn't really a thought. I knew what I wanted to, get out of college. I knew what type of football I wanted to get into and the things that I wanted to, experience. And I felt like most of those things were across the country, which is why, those 4 schools that it came down to, they were where they were. And, it was me growing up in California. I still have a bunch of family all over the country, so it wasn't really like I was going to be, alone or be worried about something. So I didn't really have a worry about distance or anything like that.
How many games do your parents do? They get to every game in Athens, every game on the road too? What's that been like?
They come to pretty much every home game, really, where they can make it to, a lot of away games. Sometimes it's hard locations to fly into or things like that. So really just the games that they make it to, but they've made it to a lot of games, since I've been at.
Are they excited? Like, hey, you're going to come to us now? Is that kind of?
Yeah, they're definitely excited. I talked to my parents yesterday, and they had already drove up. It's like a 3.5-hour drive, and that's probably, the shortest time they've had to travel, really. So, they were excited to be able to come down and, have me playing close to home again.
Yeah, and I want to ask you, this is kind of unrelated, but these composure cards that we hear so much about, right? What's the story there? When did that kind of become a rallying cry?
It really started, I want to say about 2 years ago, we started our key DNA traits with our team. It was composure, resiliency, connection, and toughness. And really, we just all bought into the fact of, it all starts with connection, understanding each other as brothers, understanding what we do, why we do it for. And I feel like, everything else kind of falls into place once we, connect that connection card. And it's been different because this season there wasn't a whole lot of times where we had to really pull the composure card, but the times that we did, everybody on the sideline, nobody really panicked, nobody got worried, everybody said pull that composure card, and everybody just kept our head in the game and just worked to the finish. And I feel like that's what makes this team special, is we don't really fold in tough moments, we more so rise up to the occasion.
That's all, like, it sounds like a cliche, but like there's a literal card.
Yeah, there's an actual card.
When did the real cards? Is that just a recent thing? Have y'all always had the real physical cards? Or?
To be honest, I have no idea. It was something that just being on the sideline, everybody saying composure card, and then I see somebody with a card that says composure. So to be honest, I have no idea when that came about, but it was kind of funny just seeing it for the first time that they actually put it into like a literal card.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, man.
I appreciate you.